Common sense. Is there such a thing? Sense common to who or to whom? Because for me, common sense says, common sense dictates. Will mine be common sense and truth? Sense in common with truth? That when you have the system that we have in California, the standardized testing, I guess in many states across the nation, does all of them? Several. California for certain. When you have the standardized testing and you connect that with money that is given from the state to schools, based on how students do on tests, you know, within the state, within the cities, within the communities, that eventually you are going to have cheating. You're going to have dishonesty. Why? Because ultimately it is an unfair and unjust system. And the reason for this is because there are too many variables. Within the state, you have all these teachers who have varying abilities to teach. Thus, we say we have good teachers and we have bad teachers. Within each state, we have thousands of students. We have students with varying abilities to learn, with varying intelligence. Thus, we say we have smart students, we have dumb students. We have students that are known to have learning disabilities, and then on the scope within the line, the prism of those without learning disabilities and those with learning disabilities, along that, at what point does one truly have a learning disability? Where at exactly? The closer one gets to this point, the harder it becomes for them to learn specific subjects or to learn in general. Now, one point does it cross over till we say that they truly have one. And if that point is here, if they are here, there is still a lack of ability, right? There is still a lack of fully being able to comprehend. So with all these variables, there are all these things that we cannot control. And when we say, well, we're going to base the money that we provide to your school for the benefit of our children based on how well you test, how well your teachers are able to teach, and how well your students are able to learn along this standardized system, there are going to be problems. People will fail and people will cheat to keep from failing. I'll give you a scenario. If within coach middle school basketball, within basketball, if it was determined that every team needs to score at least 69 points, and doing so, we will be provided with some benefit. And if not, a team may be disbanded. Within the league, we have the various teams. Each team has varying abilities. You will have good teams, you will have bad teams. Because within each team, you will have the good players and you will have the bad. You will have teams that will be able to get the 69 points. You will have teams that will not be able to get 69 points because of their talent level. You can have two teams that separately will be able to score 69 points, but when they play against each other, because of the strength of the defense, they will be held down from scoring 69 points. And so what ultimately will happen is you will have two bad teams playing against each other, and coaches divide the plan saying, well, let's say for the last 10 minutes of the half, I'll play my worst 5 players, you play your best, thus you are able to freely score. And then for the first 10 minutes of the second half, we'll reverse that. You play your worst 5, I play my best. Thus, it gives us the best chance of both of us achieving 69 points. And then with those best teams, same thing. You will have something to occur to make the coaches something to transpire to make the coaches conspire to do what's necessary, what they believe is beneficial for the team, and that may entail cheating because there are too many variables outside of that standard. That's common sense to me. There's a sense in common with truth.